Pugh joins me now. Tom, thank you for being here. This is pretty unbelievable, and I'm sure hitting very close to home. And you heard the sheriff saying that they're still going door to door. Has law enforcement made it to your home, Tom?
No, they haven't. But I have heard from all the other neighbors that I know that they have gone to door. I'm sort of on the peripheral of the immediate proximity to her house, so I expect they'll be here. But I think you probably heard earlier that there have been a lot of helicopters over here and search and rescue, and you know, the organization that I'm a member of, the communications person, the Catalina Foothills Association, has sent email blasts to 1,500 homes or so, urging everybody to also completely cooperate with the police and to offer any information they may have that has not been normally discovered through the police methods so far.
I certainly hope you're able to do that around the community. And I mean, some people, they don't know your community very well. They're making a lot of assumptions that these homes would have elaborate security or surveillance systems and be able to see what's happening at others' homes. Is that the case? Was the neighborhood concerned about crime before now?
Well, yes, I think there's ordinary efforts to prevent ordinary crime in our neighborhood, just like in most neighborhoods today. And people do have surveillance. They are alert. It's a very self-supporting neighborhood where the people take care of each other and look out for each other. But Laura, you got to admit, this is such a strange one-off crime. You know, I've been watching your program up to now, and you know, as everybody has noted, I mean, I can't speak to the criminal nature of this thing, but the fact that there are no tire tracks and that it clearly must have taken more than one person and that there's no trace so far, in spite of my association's effort to encourage people to keep looking, and the sheriff, FBI, I don't sense that there's a fall off in our normal attention to security.
Are you finding that people are more afraid now? I mean, the nature of this. Do you feel as though you are afraid, or this is a threat to your greater community?
You know, it's difficult. I guess every person must be reacting to this slightly differently. I don't personally, if you're asking me that question, I feel this is such an unusual crime that it seems unlikely that it will be repeated, or that surely there aren't people traveling around the neighborhood in vans waiting to abduct 84-year-old women. It has a strange nature about it.
Indeed, and we're exploring that more and more. Tom Pugh, thank you so much.
Thank you, Laura. Appreciate it. Appreciate all your staff has done and said to us out here. Really grateful. Thank you.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm grateful for you to be on today and share. Awful. Thank you so much. Today, the sheriff reiterated that technology is going to play a crucial role in trying to crack this case. And the FBI actually gave some more information about how exactly they're doing this.
We are actively reviewing and analyzing information from all digital sources, which includes banks, social media companies, phone companies, and any other organizations where a digital footprint could have been captured. All this information provides data points and helps put the picture together.
Well, I'm joined now by Jeff Bennett. He's a retired FBI special agent who actually specialized in analyzing cellular data to try to solve crimes. Well, Jeff, describe what are the capabilities the FBI would have when it comes to locating a missing person or a suspect using the cell phone data?
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk in this case about DNA evidence. And when we talk about cell phone evidence, it's really like electronic DNA for our lives. And so when we look at the cell phone evidence, it's It represents who we are, just like DNA in our blood. It's where we go, it's who we talk to, it's what time we get up in the morning, it's when we go to bed at night. It's if we speak to somebody new, it's if we stop speaking to somebody in our life. It represents who we are. So if we can exploit this data, especially in this case, we may be able to determine if there's a piece of information that may be valuable in this case. If there was somebody that was speaking to Nancy that could be of value. Additionally, we can identify her locations through those cell phone records. Through the records, we can identify where she had been. We can map those records, we can identify geographically where she went, when she went there. We can also look at who went with her. We can geographically identify what other devices were there. And we can attempt to detect a pattern. And if that pattern, if there are devices over time and distance that are suspicious, that is something we would look into. And that is something that we often used, myself and my partners, in whodunit cases like this is. Yeah. Along with the LAPD and South Bureau Homicide, whodunit cases are often solved using geofence cell phone evidence.
Well, let's talk about something I did see today. There were images of law enforcement at the home, and they were carrying Celebrite cases. What do those do? And does that tell you the direction of what they might be looking at?
So, yes and no. Celebrite is just a computer that mirrors a cell phone. It also mirrors and copies deleted or obfuscated files. So it copies a cell phone, quite simply. There's nothing more than that. But it's not to determine that somebody's a suspect, but rather possibly to rule somebody out.
Interesting.
That's another thing that cell phone records can do, is we get the cell phone records possibly for family members so that we can confirm their stories, so that when we look at their records, we can confirm their fact patterns are consistent with their independent cell phone records.
Digital alibis. Really quickly, I know, Jeff, we have no time, but we've been hearing from investigators that Nancy Guthrie has a pacemaker, and this is interesting, that was disconnected from her cell phone. Many have been wondering whether that could possibly be tracked. Could it?
Well, it depends on how that cell phone maker was built. Generally, they are radio frequency established. They're radio frequency connected to a base station. Best way to think about a pacemaker is kind of like an AirTag. It needs a device, whether it's a cell phone or a base station, to kind of springboard the information to a host.
Jeff Bennett, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Whoever is out there holding our mother, we want to hear from you. We haven't heard anything directly. We need you to reach out, and we need a way to communicate with you so we can move forward. But first, we have to know that you have our mom. We want to talk to you, and we are waiting for contact.
An apparent ransom letter setting two deadlines, one last night, one on Monday. Authorities say they are following all leads.
We've probably gone through well over 100 tips. I don't want to discourage anybody. All tips, there's no tip too small.
CNN's Maribel Gonzalez is live in Arizona with the latest on the investigation. Maribel, I know there's a new timeline. What else can you tell us about these ransom notes?
Yeah, Adi, good morning. Well, those ransom notes, the FBI still has not said whether or not these are legitimate, but they are taking them very seriously. And clearly the family is too, as you can hear from those videos they have posted to social media. Now, that ransom note has been sent to several media outlets, and the FBI has confirmed that we're talking about the same note. Now, those who have seen the note say that it says that Nancy is okay but scared, but also is demanding millions of dollars in Bitcoin, and also details information that, according again to those who have seen the notes, only someone privy to this case could know. Take a listen to what someone from TMZ had to say about that.
They do mention an Apple Watch, as the FBI said, and they do mention the floodlight, the damaged floodlight. There is something else, and it is the placement of the Apple Watch, which has not come out. And if that placement is accurate, I'm sure that is something that puts this letter on the FBI's radar.
Now, TMZ is one of those newsrooms that received that purported ransom note. Now, another key detail that we learned in the sheriff's latest update is that there was blood recovered from Nancy's home, the home that you see behind me, that was left behind on the porch. Now, after analyzing those blood samples, they were able to confirm that that blood did belong to Nancy. Another key thing that investigators are saying is that they're operating as though Nancy Guthrie is still alive. However, up until this point, they have not received any proof of life. Audie?
Okay, that's Maribel Gonzalez talking to us from Arizona.